Welcome, people of the World Wide Web. So it is Cypher Sigma here. A little bit of a toy pickup, a little bit of an explanation video. So this month will be quite low on toys. I do have one on the way from America, and I have a few little bits that I picked up. But at the beginning of the month, it was 10 years since me and my wife first got together. Our first date. We celebrate our date and our wedding anniversary, which are 5-6 months apart. So we kind of have 2 anniversaries a year. We are very much big animal lovers. So this one we went to Dudley Zoo, if you've ever been to that. We went to feed the orangutans. I'll put a few pictures up here of some of these orangutans. Really, really nice, really good experience. Expensive, but the money goes to help conservation of orangutans and stuff. And I think we always love the fact that it's expensive days out. We don't do very often. We've done a lot of experience in the times we've been together, but we've given a lot of money to these zoos that help these animals, which is what we are more, which helps us with our footprint of this world to help to do some positivity, so to speak. So when we were there, I kind of Googled before, and there was quite a few toy shops within the area, not massive ones, little ones here and there. And by the time we finished at Dudley Zoo and had lunch, this was like 2 in the afternoon. The weather luckily was raining in the morning when we got there for the enclosure. We were allowed inside, makes a change. And then it stopped raining all the way up until more or less we got back to the hotel in the afternoon. But during that, we had a look around, and there were loads of little shops. So I found this little shop, and little shop, it's literally like somebody's converted front room. I didn't do any video footage in there. My wife didn't want me to do anything there because she didn't want to be on camera and stuff. So anniversary, I understand that. So I turned up, had a look round and a walk around and see what was there and stuff. And as I walk in, quite surprised, it's got a big droid outside, Jar Jar Binks, it's a lot of Star Wars stuff, Star Trek stuff. He had a lot of older stuff, so 60s, 70s box stuff and army soldiers, which isn't really my forte. He did have like a load of Masters of the Universe and Thundercat stuff. It's a lot of stuff he had in there was really nice, just not that I was interested in. There were a few Turtles figures, so he had I think it's Captain Bananas and Franken Mike. They were 22 and 25 respectively, and I opted against it just because I'd spent quite a bit of money already on toys in this month, the past few months and stuff like this, and obviously in a few months' time we'll come to the next NEC. But then he had loads of little bins, so I went looking through the bins, and I managed to first find this guy. So this is a character from Reboot. This is the later series. This was a fun little figure. So again, Reboot, not the most expensive wave. I have more or less all of the wave, most of the wave except for one pack of little figures that I can't seem to find. Whether they were never produced or not, we don't know. Some of the later figures are here, there, everywhere, and I quite like this. This will be one I will put into my new display once the Spartan series is finished for my culling. But yeah, £4. I don't come across the later series figures very often. I probably missing loads of accessories, but for £4. Then because I was there and I like to support little businesses, I had a look for, and he had a lot of box stuff, a lot of reduced. He had mask stuff, he had Star Trek stuff, none that I was really into my main wave. And then kind of he had a load of the newer Turtles. So if people remember, AJ gifted me a Raphael. So a Raphael from the line. And because my favourite turtle was Leonardo, he had for £7 Leo with the little turtle on his rack and that. So I thought, why not? Let's treat myself. Let's, £11. It's not that much. It was enough, and this was basically my pickup from these two. So yeah, a small video, not detailing much, not too much money spent. I say there was nothing completely else. If it was something like 20, 30, 40, 50, it doesn't mean 100. Even if he had Mighty Duck stuff, I would have been all over it, but it just wasn't nothing that I needed to fit in spots. Obviously this went to my Reboot collection, and this just goes with Raph, and because it was £7, and I know a lot of these earlier ones are quite hard to come by. I would have shopped at the later versions and the mixed match ones, and I'm not a big fan of those. So that has been my little pickup. Are you a fan of Reboot or the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line? Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. I've been Cypher Sigma, toys. Obviously, hopefully we'll be back next week with another toy pickup video. And hopefully as we go into the summer months, I'll get to a few more toy shows and toy shops and stuff, and there'll be videos of that. And also next month, I have my friends Comic-Con that I should be helping out with, so I'm sure they'll be behind the scenes of that. Otherwise, I've been Cypher Screen Time. Hope you're having a lovely week. If you feel the need, please feel free to click that subscribe button or like. It always does help the channel grow. It also shows the algorithm of YouTube what you're into, and obviously promotes my channel a little bit more, which is always a helpful thing. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.